What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabs, and besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. Let's check out some miniature food, but we might need a new backdrop. So before we get started, let's do that. I grabbed a piece of foam board and headed over to the craft table. I cut a piece that is 13 inches tall and 20 inches wide. 1 inch from the edge. Draw a rectangle that is 2.5 inches wide. It's 1 inch from the top and 2 inches from the bottom. Cut them out to make a thin window. I repeat on the other side, so there's 2. Cut leftover foam board into strips. I have 1 inch and 1/2 inch strips. Cut clear plastic from packaging to glue over the cutouts. Use those strips of foam board to frame the window. If it's not perfect, that's okay because we can add curtains. Let's cut a 3x20 inch piece for the floor and 2 a little over 3¼ by 13 inch rectangles for the sides. I cover the floor with a wood grain scrapbook paper, then glue it to the bottom of the wall. Glue on the sides to make one of our open wall boxes with windows. We can leave this as is, or we can take a 1 inch strip that we cut earlier and glue it to the bottom for a thick baseboard. Then we can take ribbon and make easy curtains. From this video, I made 2 for each window, then I glue them onto the frame. Let's add something to the top. I cut a rectangle of foam board. This is a scrap that's 1.5 inches wide. Cover it with ribbon and glue it to the top to make a quick wall with windows and curtains. Let's cut a thin strip of leftover foam board and glue it across the window for a little more detail and to make sure they look like windows, giving us a basic wall that we can use for all kinds of photos. Here it is with a doll. We can get just about a full body shot. When I was making this wall, I was thinking about our infinity room. You know, this one? Which is why we made sure there was 12 inches of space in the center. The curtains do overlap a little. I did that on purpose, hoping that it will help to hold scrapbook paper in place. Let's test it out. This is a piece of 12x12 scrapbook paper. Since we have that 1 inch border at the bottom, I'm hoping that the scrapbook paper will be flush with the top. Let's put it in the room behind the curtain, then slide it behind the other curtain, and it looks like my measurements are off! Just a little. Probably got a little sloppy with my glue. Let's take off a 1/4 inch and try again, and it works! Only it's a 1/4 inch too tall on the top. When I added the baseboard, I forgot to subtract the width of the floor. But I'm okay with it because then it's just a little easier to switch them out, allowing us to change the room to get a new look. If we want to extend the scene, then we can just add another one of our walls. Okay, not too bad. In this space right here, we can add some furniture. I made this a while ago where we were recreating Barbie style inspired rooms. I have pulled that room apart and used the foam board for other projects, but we still have this. It could use a few repairs. And we made it 3 inches wide. Let's trim it down to 2 inches, make the feet a little shorter, then reattach them to give an old craft a second chance. And this would be a great spot to lay out a buffet. I found new Teeny Tinies at Five Below. It's called Teeny Holiday Party, and it was $5. Teeny Tinies had a holiday pack last year. This one is different, and it looks like scale isn't too bad. On the back, there is a list of all the items, so we know what they're supposed to be. There are 20 pieces included, like a cooking making setup. Maybe that's supposed to be cookie making setup. The back is open. On the front, the details are raised or molded in, so it looks like it has a little dimension. However, some of the printing is off. This is something that we do see with Teeny Tinies, so you might want to take the time in the store to pick the best one, because they can vary. In this set, we get a tray of mac and cheese. It's a solid plastic dish with a sticker on top. Last year, we made our own mac and cheese using hot glue. We even made one with a scoop taken out. So if you're feeling crafty, that's an option too. The Teeny Tinies Holiday Party comes with lamb and ham and mince pies. When compared to a doll, I think so far the scale is pretty good. Here are the mince pies, the lamb, the ham, and the mac and cheese. Oh yeah, and the cookie making set. We also get a fruitcake. We made one a few years back. Well, 8 years ago. And I've misplaced it. We have presents, and the tops are removable. 2 donuts, one looks like a snowman and the other one a Christmas tree. Chocolate chip cookies, milk, a holiday cracker, a box of cocoa mix, a mug of hot cocoa, a container of wafer twist. It doesn't open. A candy cane sugar cookie, an ornament sugar cookie, sprinkles, which look like a good size for the dolls, a frosting bag, and pumpkin pie, which is totally doll-sized. In the past, we've had some inconsistencies with scale when it comes to Teeny Tinies, but with this set, I would say most of the items aren't too bad. The prints being off a little is a thing, but for 20 pieces at $5, you can probably have fun repainting them. I think they can totally work for some background clutter to make it look like the dolls have a feast. But no doll should show up to dinner empty-handed. So let's make a quick hot glue pie. You can never have enough pie. So let's take a plastic cap and aluminum foil, fold the foil a couple of times to make layers, place the cap on top, and then bend the foil around it. Trim off the excess, then curl the edges back. Then remove the cap to have a pie pan. Place it on a flat surface and fill it with hot glue. The hot glue will make the foil hot, so don't touch it. As it starts to cool, we can add a little texture if we want, or just leave it smooth. I chose to add a little texture. Then paint it. I'm using acrylic paint in a brownish orange color. I apply a thin layer and allow it to dry. Add more coats as needed. While waiting, let's make small drops of hot glue on our silicone mat. Once cooled, I place them on a pin, then use the nozzle of the hot glue gun to sculpt them into swirls, then paint them white. For whipped cream, I cover the top of the pie with a paint and Mod Podge mixture. Carefully place the whipped cream into the glue. I'm placing mine going around the edge to cover up the fact we didn't make a crust. Oh, no. It's a crustless pie. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. We can bring over our table with the working candles. Well, they're flameless candles, but they do light up. Then add all of our mini food, including our new pie, and dinner is served. If you don't have time this year to prepare a large miniature meal, then Teeny Tinies might help you out. I love making hot glue food, and I will take any excuse to make a pie. Thank you for joining us while we checked out Teeny Tinies and made some stuff. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fire.